Top of the morning to you. Hope the day finds you well. I was going to, I used this Builder Square the other day to work on something, and it has not been very well taken care of. This side is covered with rust and paint, and this side, it's cleaner under that tape. Nope. Just a big wreck. No, there's no reason not to take care of your tools. So I thought I'd just show you maybe real quick here how this might clean up if you got out a little elbow grease and some sandpaper. I suppose I could go after it with the wire brush I got over here. Let's just try some sandpaper first. One of the things I like to do is put a little WD-40, or you could put any oil on there. It helps carry the dirt away, and it kind of rubs the oil into the steel. Kind of helps keep the rust down in the future. Let me get a rag here real quick. Yeah, let's see if we can see this. Yeah. Thinking about raining today, I think. We're just on the edge of it. It's kind of to the south and east of it. Hang on a minute. There we go. It's going to be a lot easier. A little block of sandpaper, or excuse me, a little block of wood. Wrap the sandpaper around. Sandpaper's gotten kind of expensive over the years. Nowadays, I buy it in. Actually, I buy it in big packages now. It's a lot cheaper in the big scheme of things in these little packages. And FYI, resist the urge to buy it at the crummy tool store. That stuff there is pretty worthless. You could try and use steel wool, or nothing to stop you from using some of the rust removers, gels. I don't know. I kind of like doing it this way. It does two things. A, it gives me something to do, makes me feel good about what I'm doing. And B, if I screw up and let it get rusty again, or leave it out in the rain or something stupid, it's a good damn reminder of how much work I had to put into this to really get it straightened out. If you want to punish a child, don't send them to their room. It's exactly where they want to go. They've probably got TV and internet and their iPod and their cell phone. You can go out back and pull some weeds, or do this. Oh, there we've, I don't know, talked about, what, I don't know, a few minutes, probably not many, and it's already starting to clean up pretty good. I won't bore you with the whole process here. There's nothing to see. All you do is get out your elbow grease and start sanding. This is kind of some worn out 220. Oh. I suppose I could mount some sandpaper in the good old electric sander and really go to town. I don't know. This is one of those kind of nice, quiet things you do, especially in the winter. I get a lot of tools from estate sales and stuff. Probably you may or may not know that from my other videos. And sometimes they aren't in the best shape. And a little elbow grease and some cleaning will really clean them up. I got a drill the other day. It was I thought it was a Sears drill. Sears and Skill and a couple others are traditionally black drills. And I didn't think too much about it. It was corded and I didn't pay any attention to it. And I got it home and it was actually, after I cleaned it, it was a DeWalt drill. It was so dirty and so black. I couldn't tell what it was. The other thing though, oil does is helps keep the sandpaper from getting clogged up. If you ever wet sanded a car, you can really extend the life of your sandpaper by running just a little bit of water or having a spray bottle when you sand. This is kind of the same principle. Keep in mind that when you do that, you might want to make sure the sandpaper you're using is waterproof. Some of them aren't, and you'll have a big clean it up. You have a very interesting mess on your hands. The water will dissolve the adhesive. You'll get a big surprise. Oh, there's a name. Well, it was made in the U.S. by How. Can't tell what that is. Manufacturing. It's not a name brand. That's. Something every good home should have is at least one square, whether it be a big builder square like this or rafter square. These actually are pretty interesting squares. They have a lot of sneaky little uses that I think a lot of people don't realize. You can calculate the, what is that there? The rise and the step for stairs with these. Can't remember what the roof is. Rate and run, I believe. I'm sure that's wrong. If you'd like to correct me, go ahead. Knock yourself out. It won't hurt anything. Oh, this one got so yucky. Just slow neglect. Something else every good home should have is some little blocks of wood. You never know what you might use them for. You know, wadding up sandpaper on. Some little home projects. Taking something apart, you might need something soft to tap on or to tap with. You don't have to go out and buy any. I mean, you can go out and buy some little blocks of wood. My one grandson, he loves to play in the wood block pile I got downstairs. He treats them like building blocks, which is fine. Saves me going and buying an expensive, overpriced set. He has just as much fun. The always manages to build something kind of interesting for a 3-year-old. love kids. They just do things. They don't think about why they're doing it, or they don't have to have an agenda or do something. They just do stuff. They try about anything. Everything's a car or a toy too. It's kind of funny. Well, there you can see that's cleaning up pretty good. There's all the old stuff there. Maybe you can't see that. I don't know, it's getting kind of dark out. It's going to rain. I don't know, I'll just keep going back and forth and cleaning and sanding. On this side is the, this actually has a table on it for, I believe, for the rafter conversions and stuff. You can, a lot of times these come with a book. And I think you can find that book online. Actually, if you get a hold of one of these, and it's good shape and it's square, you may want to go out of your way to really treat it well. I would, hang it up somewhere nice. You can put a little bit of oil on it or grease. You can also use a scrubby brush, one of those pot cleaner brushes, or chore girl, whatever they call them. I can't think what else. There's a lot of, just knock yourself out. I mean, it's not like it's just a big piece of steel. It's not like you're gonna mess it up. Or just some valuable family heirloom. Something you might want to do before you go grinding on stuff like this is you may want to try and investigate a little bit and find out really what it is. I've gotten a hold of some pretty old squares, and they were not valuable antiques, but reasonably valuable. And they were a lot more valuable if you leave them in the original condition you find them. So you might want to be careful what you get a hold of and start grinding on. Might make enough money to buy 2 or 3 new squares. Especially if you get something from a estate sale or garage sale, usually those folks are, I don't know, they might be in their 90s, and something they've got might be 50 to 70 years old. Could be a vintage piece or a antique. I think antiques are technically 100 years old. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I can see the table on there now. It's got a few spots in it, nothing major. Better looking than it was. I mean, there's nothing to stop you from using it. Well, it's a little tricky on this. That's okay. Could always go watch the latest cat video instead of me screwing around. Well, that's okay too. Really heavily rusted. It's got a lot of paint on it too. It always amazes me stuff that gets paint on it. I'm not even sure why you'd have your builder square out while you were painting. This looks like spray paint actually. For those of you that are saying, well, I could go to the store and just buy a new one, that is true, you could. I don't know, like I said, I find that I have a lot more pride in my tools. They mean a lot more to me than if I just go buy a new one and throw the old one in a pile. I've got some tools, they're quite old, and every once in a while I'll be using one and break it. They just break. I'm always amazed at how annoyed I get. And you're really hard pressed to replace a very old tool too. And I like collections as much as the next person, but I really have a hard time with collecting things and just stacking them up and never using them. If you're going to do that, you might as well go to a museum. Let them take care of the collections. It's cheaper. Man, that is one dirty rag. Believe it or not, in our city, we actually have a honking ordinance. You're not supposed to honk unless it's an emergency. For that. Sure glad we got time to think up all these, I guess, petty or ridiculous rules. And we got bigger problems. I guess it always annoys me that all these rules get made up during the day. I'm going to get on my soapbox here, so if you want to make a run for it, you can. It always annoys me that all these rules get made during the day when people are at work. They don't have time or can't get off of work to go down and speak their mind on the latest stupidity on some of these deals. And so it just seems like we just get more and more and more ridiculous rules. I'm really for smartening people up as opposed to dumbing them down and taking care of them. I don't know. That's not perfect, but it's not bad. I mean, it's got a long ways to go. Still got some spots there, and there's still a little oil. But it'll be a serviceable tool. Well, I'm gonna let you go here. There's not a lot to see other than these sanding something. I don't even know. To be real honest, this video makes it onto my channel. I'll be surprised. It's kind of a dumb video, I guess. I think. I'm always amazed at what videos people like to watch and comment on, and which ones are total duds. Okie dokie. Well, I'm gonna let you go. Take her easy.